Hey guys, it's me, Vasco from More Than 1,000, and you're watching Grasa Productions.
Thank you for taking your time and having us.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure.
So I'm sure you've heard the first question more than 1,000 times before. Huh? But can you tell your German fans and the people who don't know you in Germany something about More Than 1,000 and the sound of music you're doing? Maybe describe it a little.
Well, we're considered a metalcore band. Like, we started doing back in the year 2000, but there was like metalcore at the time, so we were just metal, melodic metal, but now you have a tag for it, so it's metalcore. But we're really open-minded, so that's why we have like a lot of like melody, because we love pop, we love hip-hop, we love so many type of music, so it's really hard to maintain just one genre, you know? So if you like melody, check us out.
There's just one other metalcore band from Portugal I know, and you're also producing them. It's Hills of Ice. Yeah, you also did a great feature with them, I know. Why do you think is it that there's such a small metalcore scene in Portugal?
Well, that's it's really hard to live from this, you know, and in Portugal, it's a great country. I love it, but as in venue-wise, if you're in between, you only have like really small venues with no PA systems, or at least good to charge a good ticket or whatever to put up a good show. So if you're playing in a small venue, you probably got like not decent sound or lights and whatever. So it's really hard to bands to, I don't know, to break through, you know, like really put their name out there. Like we played in every single hole that we could when we started. We played on the floor, whatever, with no PA, just voice on the PA, whatever. But there's a lot of good bands in Portugal, but it's really hard. I totally understand that people don't take it like 100%, because it's really hard to live from this. Like even us, we got jobs aside of this, you know. I produce bands, as you're saying. I got my clothing brand Frightmare, and the other dudes, they do a bunch of stuff as well. So it's really hard to live only from this, being from Portugal, you know. So there's not many bands. You got Ills of Ice, you got Devil in Me, which they tour a lot. The only like big band, it's Moonspell. Yeah, well, it's they're you know, yeah. So yeah, they're like metal gothic more, you know. So that's the only like metal big band outside of Portugal, you know.
Besides from Hills of Ice, of course. As you said before, you're not just a singer of More Than 1,000, you're also a producer, songwriter, and you got your own clothing brand. So it's quite a lot of things you do.
Yeah, I don't get a personal life. Yeah, but I'm trying to change that. Yeah, but yeah.
Could you really imagine disappearing from the limelight and just designing or songwriting and producing and getting off stage?
Well,
it's not that I wanted to, but I have to be prepared for it if it's
a lot of people ask that. It's just like what I feel. I really like singing. I like everything. I like producing as well, but I think my heart is right like on singing, and one day I'll just do a solo project or whatever, so I can explore other type of music that I like. But yeah, I love producing as well. I would like to be like 60% or 70% on the road, and the half the rest, like the rest would be like producing bands, and you know.
So do you still think you'll be doing all the stuff, so songwriting, singing, producing, and designing in 20 years still?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, so let's talk about your fascination about wolves. I think because isn't it like that? Because you got it on Volume 4, for example. I think there's a lot of lyrics with wolves. Then you got the cover, the artwork of Volume 4, and of course Frightmare clothing, where you got a lot of wolves. What do you find so fascinating about?
Well, they're a beautiful creature, and I don't know. Honestly, I just like them. It's like bears. I like bears a lot, but bears don't fit that well in designs. I don't know.
I've always wondered about it because You know, when I think of more than 1,000, the first thing that comes to my head is a wolf. Yeah.
Well, I know I got a lot of wolves on Frightmare stuff, but more than 1,000, we have 2 or 3 like that, something.
So I have to admit that Volume 4 was the first album.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
You got the Panther fighting a lot of wolves. Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that design, Phil takes care of the artwork, our guitar player, and he was talking to Brandon Lee, I think. It was the guy that draw the artwork for Make Friends and Enemies, and we just like dark stuff, you know. So and animals. So Brandon showed us that idea, and we were like, looks good. A moon, panther fighting wolves in the middle of the woods. Yeah, so looks good.
Cool.
So it's not like a big of a deal, you know. It's not like a big story. It's just like an idea looked good.
So another fascination, I think, is horror movies for you. Yeah, also with Frightmare Clothing. Why do you like horror movies so much, and what's your favorite one?
Well, it's very difficult, that one. Well, I like it because I'm how do I explain this? I like the opposites, like I really like horror stuff, but not like the really romance and whatever shit on movies. So I like the mix both. I like Dracula, Bram Stoker Dracula. That's one of my favorites. Then horror, I like The Ring. The Ring, that's one of my favorites. And a bunch more, you know. But it was just something that fascinated me since I was a kid. But not just as horror. Horror was good to write for More Than 1,000, you know. Because More Than 1,000 had a darker vibe, and we're heavier. So when I was talking about movies, like one of the movies that I spoke, but no one knows, but in a song called In Loving Memory, it's from Meet Joe Black with Brad Pitt and Anthony Hopkins. Yeah, so it's not a horror movie, but it's from a movie. Like, I always like get my inspiration from movies till the last album. The last album I spoke about Nightmare on Elm Street on the song Feed the Caskets. Yeah. So the other one I got It's Alive, which is about Frankenstein. First Bite is about vampires. So I always take my inspiration in movies. The last record, it was more personal stuff, you know, about losing friends passing away. A lot of people get through that experience, like broken relationships and fighting for your dreams, and people saying you're not able to do it's not gonna work, you know. When you got a dream, people, the closed-minded people, they always say like that, don't fight for it, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna happen. But fuck that, you know. It's just like, we're here, we're doing our thing. So the album is more about that.
So let's talk a little about touring. Is there any country you'd like to tour in, just around the world, if you had the choice?
Around the world?
Yeah.
We've never been in Japan. I would love to go to Japan. There's so many places. We've never been in the States. We've been in the States recording, but we never actually toured there. I heard it's hard, but I don't know. I'd like to experience that. Japan, I don't know. Russia, I think we're going to Russia. We've never been there. We heard that, yeah. But we heard that the shows are crazy there. Yeah. So
that's what all the bands I interviewed so far said.
Yeah,
Russia is really
that's
crazy.
what all the bands say. It's like, you guys got to go to Russia. So we really want to go there.
You've already played as a support for bands like Metallica and 30 Seconds to Mars, haven't you?
Metallica was a festival. Yeah, but we played in the.
So you shared stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but support. Yeah, we did support 30 Seconds to Mars, a tour, small tour.
So it was in Europe then, or?
Yeah, Portugal and Spain, and then that was insane.
Okay.
That was one of the most like greatest experience on tour that we ever had. It's like you're playing every single night for 80,000 people, so it's huge, and it's good because we got to play a different set list, because that was the deal. Like, we could support them, but we couldn't play the heavy songs, so we have to pick all our slow songs from the records.
What did you pick then, for example?
We played Road Sick,
okay.
Nothing But Mistakes. Then we went to, like, a few years we got a song called The Hollow, Memories and Addictions, a really slow one, which is just made a guitar, which is called In Loving Memory. So it was a different, it's a really like chilled vibe, you know. Like it was good. It was good. It was very good, and they were very nice. Very nice. The crew was very nice. They were very nice to us.
And so in general, what do you prefer? Playing in front of 80,000 people, like you did with 30 Seconds to Mars, and maybe not so many people like feeling your music and clapping, or do you prefer playing in a small club with maybe 1,000 people singing along to each and every song by heart and really supporting you?
Well, of course, that's more intimate, you know. It's like you have people close to you singing your songs, and you get to talk to everyone in the end of the show. That's great. But 30 Seconds to Mars, you were saying, like, it really went really good. Everyone was jumping up and down, clapping. Yeah, it was. That's what I was saying. It was a really, really great experience. It wasn't that, oh, we're not into you guys. They were really into us. It was very good. I remember we couldn't play that much in Spain. We didn't have many tours there, and after playing with 30 Seconds to Mars, like, doors open in Spain, you know. Yeah, so it was a good experience. So it's hard to choose playing for 80,000 and people are liking you, like, you know, you're doing new fans, probably not the metal fans, but you're doing new fans, and playing for 100, singing your songs. But it's always good when you play like in small venues like this and people are there, like even if it's just 100 people singing your songs from the heart. That means a lot. It's just like, thank you for being here, you know.
All right, you never did a feature with another band or singer beside you for Hills of Ice, of course, did you?
I did with a French band called Darkness Dynamite. I did a feature with them in a song called Vanish Gravity, I think, which is a great song, metal as well. I did, I'm doing, yeah, Hills of Ice, yeah, Anyway It's Gone, beautiful song. I just did like a week ago a featuring with a DJ, like kind of, I don't want to say names, like I don't want him to be, but kind of Avicii or David Guetta stuff. So I'm singing on top of it because I'm really open-minded. It's just like, if I like the notes, if it sounds like a good song, I don't care if it's hip hop, pop, metal, black metal, whatever. Just bring it. If I like the song, I'll do it. It's like, you know, I'm not closed-minded at all.
Could you imagine anyone doing a feature for more than 1,000?
Yeah, we tried Bert from The Used.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we tried, but he had to leave for a tour, for an Australian tour. But it was about to happen on the last record, on Lost at Home, and we're like, God damn. Yeah.
It's the song on that album as well. You wanted to do a feature with him, or didn't make it on the album in the end?
In the end, no, it didn't happen because he had to go on tour.
Which is on the album?
Particular. No, we were like showing the whole album and said, pick the one you like.
Okay.
Because that's what I like to do when people want me to sing a song. I rather like listen to the whole album instead of like, this is your part. Do a thing here. You know, it's always good if you really want that person, show what you got, you know, and he will decide like, or I really like this part. Can I sing this? It's easier, you know.
What is the biggest goal of more than 1,000? So is there any headline you would like to read about you?
A headline? Like
in the newspaper or in Metal Hammer? So
well,
what's your goal? Like, I don't know, more than 1,000 headlining Empirican tour, or?
We don't, it's really weird, like the five of us, we don't think like that. I think what we want from this is more and more tours with good people, you know? Good people always, you know, not, I don't know, being like a news or it's not that important for us. We like to have a lot of tours. That's what we like touring with this, that. That's what we like, and especially like when you're there meeting good people, you know? That's, if we can still like keep on having a band, playing a month here, 2 months there, whatever, with good people, making money out of the tour so you can live. I think that's the goal. Keep on bringing new albums, new music. That's it. I think it's, I know it's simple, and
but it's good. But
that's the truth. It's no, I don't know. Some bands want to be the biggest in this or do this. We're just really grateful for being from Portugal from a really small city, from a really small city, and being able to be here, like showing our music around Europe and sometimes like I hope in other countries as well. We feel really grateful, you know. So that's the plan: show our music, keep on living from this, you know, meeting good people, and that's it. Passing a good message.
Cool. So it's quite realistic. You released Lost at Home Volume 5 in 2014, 4 years after Volume 4, Make Friends and Enemies. But Heist and Fight Your Demons were online on YouTube in 2013 already. So why did it take you so long to release the album in the end?
Well, we recorded the last album, Lost at Home. It was recorded in 2012. Yeah. So the plan was us to release it just in Portugal and put it online, whatever, and keep on touring. That's it. Because we didn't have any label interested. But when we finished, Phil, our guitar player, he just sent the link of the album for a bunch of labels. And for our surprise, like all the labels wanted to work with us. And that was when the management got into the situation, lawyers, a bunch of contracts, see which deal is better, which label will work better for us. So it took a lot of time. It took almost 2 years, like deciding. And we were just like, anything, we just want the album out there, you know? So it came out 2 years after. It happened the same with Make Friends and Enemies, but not because of a label. It was just like the album took too long. From our part, the album was always done, but then you have this, you have that, those little details that take a lot of time, you know? So that's why Heist and Fight Your Demons got into the internet first, because we put him off because we were about to tour with, I think, Adept, or we were doing a headlining, I can't remember. But we put those songs just to show something and to play some new music, and people know the songs, you know. But after that, like they were like, oh, there's a lot of labels interested in the album. And we're like, oh, damn it, we just released 2 songs. That's it.
Okay, cool. Then you got the song Fight Your Demons. What are the demons you have to fight?
Well, people who say you can't make it. It's like that song talks about following your dreams. That's what I was saying. When you got a dream, the closed-minded people, they try to tell you, it's not gonna happen, don't fight for it, that's too big for you. But you know, fuck that shit, you know. It's just like, fight for, if you got a dream, you gotta do your thing, you know. Follow your heart, be happy. It's just like, don't let anyone try to take it away from you. So Fight Your Demons is about that.
Okay. So do you personally have any demons to fight in you, or?
When I was a kid, yeah, like, not right now, because now I'm doing what I like to do, but when I started anything, like when I started the band, people say, you're losing, that's just a waste of time, you know? And today, I got people like saying my lyrics help them out, and that means a lot, you know? And coming to cities that I've never been before, not even as a tourist, and being here and had a bunch of people singing to our lyrics, it's like, it means a lot. So I'm doing something important. That's what I feel, you know? It's like I'm helping some people by doing something I love. And when I started Frightmare Clothing, everyone was just like, And then I started in 2008. It's 2015 right now, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And people think it's a company, but it's just me. Yeah. So I'm doing the whole work. And so, you know, it's always like when I started producing bands, it was the same thing. It's just like people, oh, you as a producer and blah, 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 and blah, blah. Fuck that shit. I'm producing. The albums are out there. They sound great. The bands are getting bigger, so...
Yeah, success just to prove.
That's it. It's just like, if you got a dream, fight for it.
Yeah. On Volume 5, Lost at Home, there's one song called Feed the Caskets, which is my favorite. Yeah, Feed the Caskets, which is my favorite, and starting out with dubstep elements, kind of. Could you imagine doing that sound for More Than 1,000 on the next album and do a little bit more with dubstep, or would you say that's not the sound of More Than 1,000 anymore then?
Well, we met, when we were touring with Adept, we met Robin, the singer from Walking with Strangers, and he's a great, like, he does a lot of dub stuff for games and everything, Metal Gear and whatever, and he's really good. And we had like a really small dubstep part in that. So we asked him, can you do this? And he did it, and it sounds great. Well, I don't know, probably in the middle of the songs, because we like dubstep. That's what I was saying. We are really open-minded. We don't have like boundaries about our music. So I don't know. I don't know. Probably yes. We'll have more. I don't know.
What's the idea behind always releasing your album in volumes? So volume 1, volume 2.
We just had that idea when we were kids, and we kept on going. We thought it would be cool to have like as a book or whatever, you know, it's volume 1, volume 2, and now we just keep on going, because sometimes it's easier. People like just say, oh, I like volume 4, or volume 3, or volume, instead of saying the name of the record. So we'll just keep on going with that, you know.
Cool. So Vasco, thank you for taking your time and having us, and have a nice show and a nice tour, Europe tour. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.